For most of our lives, we grow up believing that vegetables are always the safest choice for our health. Doctors, dietitians, and even our families remind us again and again to eat more greens, fill half the plate with vegetables, and trust that they will keep us strong. And in many ways, that advice is right. Vegetables are packed with vitamins, fiber, and minerals that protect the body. But here's the part that almost nobody talks about. After the age of 60, your kidneys are not the same as they used to be. They become slower, less efficient, and more sensitive to certain foods that never caused a problem before. The kidneys are your natural filters. They quietly remove waste, balance fluids, and keep minerals in check every single day. When you're young, they can handle almost anything you eat. But with age, they have to work harder. That means some vegetables, even the ones usually labeled superfoods, can actually overload them. You may notice small changes like swelling in your ankles, unusual tiredness, or blood pressure climbing higher than normal, and it's easy to blame it on aging. Yet often, the root cause is hidden in the very foods on your dinner plate. This is why understanding which vegetables to eat and which to limit becomes so important after 60. It's not about fear. It's about making smarter choices so you can continue enjoying meals without putting extra stress on your kidneys. In this video, we'll uncover 5 common vegetables that may quietly harm your kidneys if you eat them too often, especially as you get older. But don't worry, we'll also show you 3 safe and delicious alternatives that give you the nutrients you need while protecting your kidney health. And here's why you'll want to stay until the very end. The number 1 vegetable we'll talk about is something millions of seniors eat almost every single day, without ever realizing it could be pushing their kidneys toward trouble. You might even have it in your kitchen right now. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly what to avoid, what to swap, and how to keep your kidneys working better for years to come. Could a vegetable praised for lowering blood pressure actually raise your kidney risk? Beets are known for their bright color, sweet flavor, and natural ability to support heart health. Many seniors proudly add them to salads, juices, or side dishes, thinking they are doing something good for their bodies. And while beets do offer nutrients like folate, vitamin C, and fiber, there is a hidden side to them that becomes more important as we age: oxalates. Oxalates are natural compounds found in certain plants, including beets. Inside the body, oxalates can bind with calcium and form tiny, sharp crystals. Over time, these crystals may grow into kidney stones or irritate kidney tissue. Younger people often filter these out without much trouble. But after 60, kidneys lose efficiency. They don't clear waste as quickly, and oxalates can build up more easily. The result is silent stress on your kidneys that you may not notice until symptoms appear. Take the story of Mrs. Johnson, a 68-year-old grandmother from Texas. After reading that beet juice could help lower blood pressure, she started drinking a glass every morning. At first, she felt proud of her healthy new habit. But within a few months, she began experiencing a dull ache in her lower back and swelling around her ankles. She dismissed it as just aging. Eventually, her daughter convinced her to visit the doctor. Tests revealed early kidney stress and small oxalate deposits. She was shocked. How could something she believed was so healthy turn out to be the problem? When she replaced beet juice with safer vegetables like carrots and cauliflower, her energy returned and her discomfort eased. This doesn't mean you can never touch beets again. Occasional, small portions are usually fine. The problem comes from frequent or concentrated use, such as raw beet salads or daily beet juice. The good news is that how you prepare beets makes a big difference. Boiling them and discarding the water can lower oxalate levels significantly because the oxalates move into the cooking water. Another helpful tip is to pair beets with calcium-rich foods like cheese or yogurt. The calcium can bind with oxalates in the stomach and intestines, which prevents them from reaching the kidneys. Still, moderation is key. Instead of relying on beets every day, try safer swaps that are gentle on the kidneys. Carrots are a great choice. They add color, fiber, and natural sweetness without overloading the kidneys. Cauliflower is another option, offering vitamins and antioxidants but very low in oxalates. Both can fit into salads, soups, or side dishes easily, making them versatile replacements that don't sacrifice flavor. The important lesson here is not to fear beets completely, but to recognize that after 60, your kidneys handle stress differently. Foods that once seemed harmless can quietly add up to trouble if you're not aware. By making small adjustments: boiling, pairing with calcium, and using safer swaps, you can still enjoy variety while protecting your kidneys. But if you thought beets were risky, the next superfood green might shock you even more. The very green you trusted for strong bones could quietly weaken your kidneys. Spinach has long been praised as one of the healthiest foods around. It's loaded with iron, magnesium, vitamin K, and antioxidants. Many seniors add it to smoothies, toss it into salads, or steam it for a quick side dish, believing it will keep their bones strong and their blood pressure low. But for aging kidneys, spinach carries a hidden risk: oxalates. Spinach is one of the highest oxalate foods you can eat. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach can contain over 700 milligrams of oxalates. Once inside the body, these compounds bind with calcium and form crystals. Over time, those crystals can develop into kidney stones or quietly damage kidney tissue. For younger adults with healthy kidneys, this usually isn't a problem because their bodies can flush oxalates out. But after 60, kidney function slows down and oxalates begin to accumulate more easily. The result is silent stress that often goes unnoticed until it shows up as discomfort, cloudy urine, or even kidney stones. The risk becomes even higher when spinach is eaten raw. Smoothies, salads, or raw spinach wraps may seem like a smart choice, but they keep all of the oxalates intact. Daily habits like these can slowly wear down kidney function without any clear warning signs. On top of that, oxalates don't just harm the kidneys. They can also interfere with the absorption of calcium, magnesium, and iron. Seniors already struggle to absorb these nutrients effectively, which makes the impact of raw spinach even greater. Does this mean you should stop eating spinach completely? Not necessarily. The key is preparation and moderation. Boiling spinach in a large pot of water for just a minute or two can reduce oxalate levels by as much as 80%. But here's the important step. Always discard the cooking water, because that's where the oxalates end up. Cooking spinach this way and enjoying it only occasionally is far safer than drinking it raw in a smoothie every morning. Another tip is to avoid pairing spinach with other high oxalate foods like beets, almonds, or dark chocolate in the same meal. And don't forget to drink enough water. Hydration helps flush oxalates out before they crystallize. If you're looking for safer alternatives, there are plenty of leafy greens that provide nutrition without the heavy oxalate load. Kale is an excellent option, rich in vitamin K and antioxidants, but much lower in oxalates. Bok choy is another choice, offering calcium and vitamin C while staying gentle on the kidneys. Even simple romaine lettuce can give you fiber and hydration without adding stress. By rotating these greens into your meals, you can still enjoy variety without putting your kidneys at risk. The bottom line is simple. Spinach isn't toxic, but it isn't harmless either. For seniors, especially those with slowing kidney function, daily spinach smoothies or large raw salads may do more harm than good. Occasional, boiled spinach can still be part of your diet, but balance and preparation are everything. If spinach is risky, wait until you see the healthier potato that can trigger dangerous potassium spikes. What if the potato you swapped in for better blood sugar became a hidden kidney trap? Sweet potatoes are often marketed as the healthier alternative to regular potatoes. They're rich in fiber, vitamin C, and beta-carotene, and many seniors choose them as a way to manage blood sugar while still enjoying a filling side dish. But what often goes unnoticed is their potassium content. For someone with aging kidneys, that extra potassium can quietly become dangerous. Potassium is a vital mineral. It helps keep your heart rhythm steady, your muscles strong, and your nerves functioning. When kidneys are healthy, they filter excess potassium out of the blood with ease. But after 60, kidney function naturally slows down. That means potassium can build up in the bloodstream more quickly. The condition is called hyperkalemia, and it doesn't always show early warning signs. By the time symptoms appear like muscle weakness, dizziness, or an irregular heartbeat, potassium levels may already be dangerously high. In severe cases, hyperkalemia can even trigger cardiac arrest. A single medium sweet potato contains more than 500 milligrams of potassium. For a healthy person, this might be a benefit. But for seniors with early kidney decline, eating sweet potatoes regularly can overload the system. This is especially risky when sweet potatoes are paired with other high-potassium foods like bananas, avocados, or beans in the same meal. Consider the case of Mr. Harris, a 70-year-old retired bus driver from Ohio. He replaced rice with sweet potatoes because he wanted to keep his blood sugar under control. At first, he felt proud of his choice, believing he had found a healthier staple. But within a few months, he started feeling dizzy and noticed his heart would sometimes race unexpectedly. Tests later revealed high potassium levels and reduced kidney function. Once he limited his sweet potato intake and balanced his meals with lower potassium vegetables, his symptoms improved, and his potassium levels returned to safer limits. The good news is that you don't have to completely cut sweet potatoes out of your diet. Preparation and portion size make all the difference. Boiling sweet potatoes in a large pot of water and then discarding the water can significantly reduce their potassium content. Eating a half-cup portion of boiled sweet potatoes is usually safer than eating a whole baked one. Avoid combining them with other high-potassium foods in the same meal, and spread your intake across the week instead of having them daily. If you want to enjoy similar flavors and textures without the potassium overload, there are gentler alternatives. Peeled cucumbers are light, refreshing, and low in potassium, making them easy on the kidneys. Radishes add crunch and flavor to meals without straining kidney function. Both options can easily replace sweet potatoes in salads, side dishes, or even snacks. The lesson here is balance. Sweet potatoes are packed with nutrition, but after 60, eating them too often or in large portions can silently push potassium levels into the danger zone. By preparing them carefully, limiting your portions, and swapping them with kidney-friendly vegetables, you can still enjoy variety without putting your health at risk. And yet, sweet potatoes aren't the biggest threat. The next vegetable is in almost every kitchen, and it hides in sauces, pizzas, and pastas. From spaghetti nights to fresh salads, could America's favorite kitchen staple overload your kidneys? Tomatoes are one of the most common vegetables in American kitchens. They appear in pasta sauces, on burgers, in salads, and even in breakfast juices. Their bright red color and lycopene content have earned them a reputation as heart-healthy and cancer-fighting. But while tomatoes certainly have benefits, for seniors with slowing kidneys, they also carry hidden risks. The concern comes from two sources, oxalates and potassium. While tomatoes don't have as much oxalate as spinach or beets, they still contain moderate amounts. Over time, these oxalates can bind with calcium and contribute to calcium oxalate kidney stones, the most common type of stone found in older adults. On top of that, each medium tomato provides about 290 milligrams of potassium. For healthy kidneys, this isn't a problem. But for aging kidneys that already filter more slowly, that extra potassium can add up quickly, especially if tomatoes are eaten daily. The risk becomes far greater with processed tomato products. Tomato paste, sauces, and juices are highly concentrated, meaning one serving may equal several tomatoes. That Friday night pizza, Saturday spaghetti dinner, and Sunday morning tomato juice can quietly load your system with oxalates and potassium without you realizing it. The kidneys may not complain at first, but the strain builds up silently. Take the example of Mr. Lewis, a 72-year-old from Florida. He loved his morning routine of drinking tomato juice with breakfast. Add to that his regular pasta dinners and pizza nights, and he was consuming far more oxalates and potassium than he ever thought. Over time, he began suffering from recurring kidney stones and discomfort in his lower back. His doctor eventually traced the issue to his tomato-heavy diet. When Mr. Lewis cut back to only 2 glasses of tomato juice a week and started replacing some of his pasta sauces with zucchini or bell pepper alternatives, his kidney health stabilized. Does this mean seniors should avoid tomatoes completely? Not at all. The key is moderation and balance. Fresh tomatoes eaten a few times a week are usually fine, but daily large servings or processed products are risky. A simple fix is to pair tomatoes with calcium-rich foods like cheese or yogurt, which can help bind oxalates in the digestive tract before they reach the kidneys. Staying hydrated is another important step, as water helps flush excess potassium and oxalates out of the system. Rotating tomatoes with other vegetables like cucumbers and bell peppers gives you the flavor and nutrition you want without the hidden overload. Tomatoes are not an enemy, but after 60, they should no longer be the star of every meal. Treat them as an occasional highlight rather than a daily centerpiece. That way, you can still enjoy the taste and benefits without putting unnecessary stress on your kidneys. But all of these pale compared to the has-own comfort food that sneaks into fries, chips, and Sunday dinners. The most comforting food in America could quietly push your kidneys into crisis. Potatoes are everywhere, mashed at Thanksgiving, baked at family dinners, fried at restaurants, or sliced into chips for snacking. They feel familiar, affordable, and filling. For decades, most people have considered them harmless. But for seniors with slowing kidneys, potatoes can carry one of the heaviest risks of all. The issue is potassium. A single medium-baked potato can contain over 900 milligrams of potassium, nearly twice as much as a banana. For younger adults, this isn't a problem because their kidneys can quickly clear the excess. But after 60, when kidney function naturally declines, potassium builds up in the bloodstream more easily. This can lead to hyperkalemia, a condition where potassium levels rise too high. Hyperkalemia is especially dangerous because it often develops silently. Early on, there may be no obvious warning signs. Some people only feel vague fatigue, mild weakness, or occasional dizziness. By the time stronger symptoms appear, such as irregular heartbeat or chest discomfort, potassium levels may already be at a dangerous level. In severe cases, hyperkalemia can even cause sudden cardiac arrest. That's why potatoes, although comforting, need to be managed carefully in senior diets. Consider the story of Mr. Carter, a 66-year-old retiree who decided to swap rice for potatoes in an effort to eat healthier. At first, he thought he was making a smart choice after all. Potatoes are a natural food. But within a few months, his lab results showed rising potassium levels, and he began to feel unusually tired. When his doctor explained that his potato-heavy diet was putting stress on his kidneys, Mr. Carter was surprised. Once he replaced part of his meals with cauliflower mash and added zucchini as a side, his potassium levels stabilized and his energy returned. The good news is that you don't have to give up potatoes completely. How you prepare them and how much you eat makes a big difference. Peeling and cutting potatoes into smaller pieces helps remove some of the potassium. Soaking them in water for several hours and then boiling them in a large pot can reduce potassium content by up to 50%. Always discard the cooking water, as that's where much of the potassium goes. Limiting your portion to half a cup of leached or boiled potatoes is far safer than eating a large baked potato or a plate of fries. Still, moderation is essential, and alternatives can be even better for your kidneys. Cauliflower mash is one of the best substitutes. It's creamy, comforting, and low in potassium. Zucchini is another gentle option, offering fiber and hydration without overloading the kidneys. Both of these choices allow you to enjoy familiar textures and flavors while keeping potassium intake in check. Potatoes are not villains, but they can be silent threats if eaten daily or in large amounts after 60. By preparing them the right way and replacing them with safer swaps, seniors can continue to enjoy hearty meals without risking kidney health. So, are seniors doomed to avoid vegetables? Not at all. In fact, 3 everyday vegetables can protect your kidneys. What if the solution wasn't restriction but smarter swaps that taste just as good? The truth is, protecting your kidneys after 60 doesn't mean giving up vegetables. It means choosing the ones that give you nutrition without overwhelming your body. While some vegetables load your kidneys with potassium or oxalates, others are gentle, supportive, and easy to add into your daily meals. 3 in particular, cauliflower, cabbage, and peeled cucumbers, stand out as safe and kidney-friendly options that can bring comfort and variety back to your plate. Cauliflower is one of the best swaps you can make. It's naturally low in potassium and oxalates, making it gentle on the kidneys. At the same time, it's packed with vitamin C, fiber, and compounds like sulforaphane that help the body's detox systems. Many seniors find that cauliflower makes an excellent replacement for potatoes. Cauliflower mash has a creamy texture that feels familiar and satisfying, but without the heavy potassium load. It can also be roasted with herbs, added to soups, or steamed as a simple side dish. Every serving supports your health without straining your kidneys. Cabbage is another powerful option. It's part of the cruciferous vegetable family, known for its antioxidants and protective nutrients. Cabbage is naturally low in potassium and phosphorus, 2 minerals that often become a concern when kidneys start slowing down. It also provides vitamin K, which helps maintain strong blood vessels and circulation, both essential for kidney health. The best part is how versatile cabbage is. You can shred it into coleslaw for a picnic, simmer it into a hearty soup, or sauté it lightly with olive oil. It's inexpensive, available, year-round, and simple to prepare in many different ways. Peeled cucumbers are perhaps the simplest and most refreshing choice of all. Once peeled, their potassium and oxalate levels drop even further, making them an ideal kidney-friendly food. Their high water content also helps with hydration, which is critical for flushing waste and keeping the kidneys working smoothly. Cucumbers can be sliced into salads, blended into smoothies, or even infused into water for a light, cooling drink. This one vegetable alone can make staying hydrated easier and more enjoyable. When it comes to preparation, the method matters. Steaming, boiling, or lightly roasting these vegetables helps keep them gentle while still flavorful. Avoid heavy sauces, too much salt, or frying, as those can add unnecessary strain. Simple seasonings like herbs, garlic, or a drizzle of olive oil bring out their natural taste without harming your health. The key is to weave these swaps into your meals so they feel natural. Instead of mashed potatoes, serve cauliflower mash. Instead of heavy casseroles, try a cabbage-based dish. Add cucumber slices to your lunch plate or water glass. These small changes may not feel dramatic, but they give your kidneys a much-needed break while still letting you enjoy food you love. Kidney health isn't about saying goodbye to flavor. It's about choosing vegetables that support your body instead of straining it. Cauliflower, cabbage, and cucumbers prove that simple, affordable foods can make all the difference. But knowing what to eat is only half the battle. The real secret is how you use these swaps daily. We've now walked through some surprising truths about vegetables and kidney health after 60. You started this journey believing vegetables are always safe, but now you've seen how certain ones can quietly add stress to aging kidneys. Beets, praised for lowering blood pressure, are packed with oxalates that may trigger kidney stones. Spinach, often called a superfood, carries such a heavy oxalate load that it can block nutrient absorption and strain the kidneys. Sweet potatoes, chosen by many as a healthier option, are rich in potassium that can silently lead to dangerous spikes in the blood. Tomatoes, loved in sauces and juices, bring both potassium and oxalates that add up when eaten daily. And potatoes, the ultimate comfort food, carry some of the highest potassium levels of all, turning into a hidden threat when eaten too often. But it's not all about restriction. Alongside these risks, we also explored 3 simple, safe swaps that can make protecting your kidneys easier than you think. Cauliflower is versatile and low in potassium and oxalates, offering the comfort of mashed potatoes without the danger. Cabbage is full of antioxidants and supports circulation while being gentle on the kidneys. Peeled cucumbers are light, refreshing, and hydrating, helping your kidneys flush out waste naturally. These everyday vegetables can slip into your meals without costing more or requiring complicated cooking. The most important lesson is this: kidney health after 60 is not about fear. It's about awareness. Moderation, preparation, and variety make all the difference. Boiling, peeling, soaking, and portion control can turn risky vegetables into safer, occasional treats. At the same time, smart swaps let you enjoy flavor without sacrificing health. Your kidneys may be silent workers, but your choices speak loudly. Every meal you make is a chance to protect them and keep them serving you for years to come. Now it's your turn to take action. Choose one swap to try this week and share it in the comments. Type 1 if you'll go for cauliflower, 2 if you'll add more cabbage, or 3 if cucumbers are your pick. Your choice might inspire someone else to make a change that protects their kidneys too. But vegetables are only one side of the story. In the next video, we'll reveal the fruit mistakes that silently destroy kidney health. Don't miss it.